Okay, good morning. What's up, everyone? Oh shit, left my water. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now what's up? Alrighty. We are going to we're gonna be continuing chapter 14 as we have been. Yeah. See, this goddess here, it's a good thing to wake up to her every single morning, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and stop this music. You know what I'm saying? Stop the music and turn on this sound. Did I see the infield lore bit? Yeah, I saw it. It was like 120 something years or something. Yeah, I saw it. Comey and I were talking about it extensively last night, actually. 152. Yeah, 152. See how quickly I forgot that anyway? Before it was 500. Yeah, I think they changed it so it makes sense for them to introduce some of the older characters into the current lore, because they had a survey right as the beta was ending, and they literally said that they said something along the lines of them trying to get some older characters in there. I don't know, but we'll see. But I was also telling Comey that it makes more sense for them to not have all the characters there. I told Comey or EO that, one of the two. Yeah, it's actually cool. And I also saw some hints in there that we might be going to other planets. So I don't know. It's really cool with the way that they're setting this up, but we just have to wait and see. If we're going to other planets, that makes sense to me too. Wait, I missed the infield beta again? No, you didn't. You didn't. They've been dropping lore stuff on their Twitter page. Like every single day they've been dropping a character, and then on the days they don't drop a character, they've been dropping some lore. Years part is still not completely false. Now we still don't know when exactly they activated the gate. Yeah. Where do I see the lore? On the Arknights Twitter page. It's right here. It's hard to read. Let me make it bigger. Right here. And if you're in the Discord, every single time their Twitter drops some new information, the Arknights infield section automatically updates and lets everybody know. The way that I have, hold on, let me hide my screen just for a quick second. I'm gonna kind of promote the Discord for a second because I get a lot of questions about this, about how our Discord works. I feel like this is something that might help people in the near future. So this is our Discord, right? We have a lot of channels here. If you're first joining the Discord, first you want to go to this role assignment section, and you want to make sure you have specific roles. If you're looking for infield stuff, you just select this Gryph line one right here. It opens a whole Gryph line section for you. I know it's unorganized. I'll fix it in the near future. But yeah, you select Gryph line. It opens up all of these for you so that you can join and see all the infield updates, all the Popicum, Sphere of Souls, all of the new games coming out soon. And if you're just interested in Arknights, there's an Arknights button here, and you get all of these different channels. Lore, you can talk about spoilers down here, reaction requests, there's specific things you want me to react to. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff here to interact with other Arknights players. We have some for Wuthering Waves. We have some for, if anyone is interested in, you know, some spicy content, we have this Sticky Worship place over here. Yeah, we have just a whole bunch of different sections with a whole bunch of different games. Just type in Discord in the chat, I believe, and it'll bring up that link so that you can join. And just make sure you go to this role section first so that you can enable all of this. But yeah, what I was saying was it updates everyone as soon as there's a new tweet. As soon as there's a new tweet for someone to know something about, right there. It does this with every single, see Comey beat the bot this time, but it does this with every single update. New characters, beta information, it does this with everything. So yeah, you can join. It's in the description. It's also in you also can type in !, Discord in the chat, and it will, yeah, give you that link. But yeah, that's where the lore information was. Okay, we are going to we're gonna continue with the story. We're on 14:11 because I didn't stream last night. I think I'm going to stream tonight as well as this morning, so we'll see based on how I'm feeling, of course. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue where we left off. As always, I'm gonna be a little quieter because it's early in the morning, but yeah. What is this? What is this? I remember what was happening. Logos chose to be left behind. I remember. And it's still asking me to put operators out. All the eye can see is death. Endless killing. Life takes life. Fields of corpses, soaked in blood. The first undead learned his purpose when he rose from the ashes of battle. I am the end of all things. penetrate. The incantation pierces the undead like a lance. It happened so fast that it was almost impossible to see its trajectory, as though it had taken effect by time the word left his lips. The smooth hole appears in the undead's chest. There's no change in his expression. Withered branches reach down from his staff, reach into the hole in his torso, and fill in the gap. Damn, Logos. You don't have to chill. How could this be? In this battle alone, the young Banshee has casted a dozens of arts that were not of Sark's origin. Ravel, the greatest arts master of Gaul, his life's work made the guns of Gaul's ships mighty, and he was famous in all of the nations. Before the Witch King made his own name known throughout the land. In that war, there was an instant when the ships of Gaul ripped apart the lines of death like a sharp sword before death swallowed them. Why do I see a shadow of arts in your arts? A shadow of him in your arts. Wait. They're not insinuating that this is Gaul, is it? Or Ravel, sorry. This is Ravel, master of Gaul. Your words can't kill me. The voice that calls me is louder than your incantations by far. I can hear it, the dirge of the fallen echoes within you. Thousands of war altars spread across the battlefield. They absorb what life leaves behind when it dies. The culmination of the power stands before Logos, the most powerful undead and the most terrible war altar. Undead witness death. We take in all who are brave, friend or foe. In the endless cycle of life and death, they will be remembered and honored. Cowards deserve only dust. Tell me, my foe, is it a young hero who stands before me, or a despicable traitor? Your judgment does not interest me. This is not where the power of words lie. Logos once again gathers power in his palms. A second wound appears on the undead's body, stretching from the shoulder to his chest. The incantation does not dissipate. It fends off the branches trying to close in, and prevents the energies of the dead from repairing the undead's body. Shredded cloth rises and falls, covering the new wound and countless old scars. What is this? Death may feed the undead, but the Banshee can put death itself to rest. You are no longer the sole master of war, undead. You're more gifted in incantation than any Banshee I know. Person's name included. I think that was his... Is that his mom's name? I don't remember. Is that his mom's name? Okay. A shame, though. Why do you not sing for the dead if you truly mourn them? LG cannot actually put the dead to rest. Neither the living nor the dead will find true rest as long as war continues. Preposterous. You have vanished the Dynasty and banished the vampire. You, a sovereign of the royal court, have royal court blood on your hands. You dare say it's all because you are avoiding war? Is it your rebellion Is your rebellion the only reason you stand in my way? The undead floats up in fury. The branches underneath him disintegrate, and decay fills the canyon. The Banshee's chanting does not give ground. Born in death, fueled by war, and nourishing death. The life of the undead is as war itself. Cities and kingdoms rise and fall, but the fate of the undead never changes. Once an undead clan, tired of the cycle, put down their swords and staves and went to the depths of the waste, far from civilization. Their powers declined rapidly in peace, and they soon became prey for others, fading away in a forgotten corner of the land. There's no other way to ensure the continued existence of the undead. The great rock of war sits above your heads on the slopes of time. All we can do is push it with all of our strength. Such cycle has continued for thousands of years. Until we promise a war, undead king, about the future and nothing else. Oh, you two motherfuckers. My best students, the young twin royals, I taught them the laws of war. They stood before me and told me, we can end the monotony of war and break the rigid cycle. We can push the rock to the top of the mountain and build a splendid palace with it. This war will be my blaze of glory. It must not end here. That was a long time ago. Now a young Banshee stands before me. How could they be so alike? I fought alongside your mother for decades, across cities and plains. We buried the armor of Victoria and the guns of Gaul beneath the walls of Kazdel together. In the same battle, I helped Theresa take heads of thousands of Lithuanian casters. Didn't you say that was the mother's name? Am I stupid? They were the heroes of Kazdel, its greatest warriors. She entrusted you with the future of the Banshees. Theresa considered you one of the best students. But you hid at Rhodes Island, sheltered the king of Sarkis, and sneaked into Londinium like a thief. Content to sabotage the cracks in the battlefield. War will not end the suffering of the Sarkis. All I see is you dragging everyone into the abyss. So you chose to run. You were just chuckling that you refused to do names. Bro, you don't want me struggling sitting here trying to figure out how to say the name. Like I'm cool. Many years ago, I said to Theresa that war was unavoidable. If it did not come to Londinium, it would come to Kazdel. Theresa agreed, but continued to hope that there would be another solution. Her choice led to a new war. Its consequence was death of the king of Sarkis. I witnessed her death. All Sarkis should honor her. What about you? What can you bring the Sarkis aside from those meek words? What do you want to bring the Sarkis? He points his staff at the ground. The scent of decay rushes out, overpowering the barrier of incantations. The dirge of the myriad souls grow louder. The power of the incantations is weakening. He feels his fingers, lips, and tongue go numb. The fury does not come only from the royal court sovereign before him. It's also coming from his own blood. I told you. The Sanguinarch is this name. I witnessed with my own eyes my death. You and the king both know you can't kill me. With your help, I've come to an interesting place. It is not all nothingness beyond history, but I continue to gaze at you beyond the veil. You've come so far, little Banshee. You and the Outblood King seek a drop of blood that I left behind. The blood of Tikes, the pure blood that I coveted. You believe that you can prevent calamity from occurring again by destroying it. It's true. True? Destroy the altar. Put a temporary stop to the Canabula, I don't know, of suffering. Allow the Victorian nitwits to cling to life a bit longer. How boring. Who's the one that's short-sighted and foolish here? You feel it, don't you? You're closely linked to the altar. Right here, right now, your power is being boosted by it. There was never one drop or a single person's call that awakened the Canabula of suffering. Originium is the response to the call of all Sarkas, living and dead. No exceptions. The murmur of the myriad of souls is omnipresent. The lament of the dead will not stop. The Sarkas are bound by the past from the moment their birth, never to be freed, even unto death. You witnessed the myriad of souls the first time you sang the elegy. Your mother proudly described your talent to us. This talent was the seed of descent. You feel pain, not just for others, but for yourself as well. You may detest the path I walk, but you cannot help but feel sorrow for me, for my sake. Then he whispered in Logos' ears, I am your father. I feel sorrow for how you're trapped in. I feel sorrow for how you're trapped by the past. Such arrogance. I should try to kill you again, but instead I will bless you. The slaughterer and the slaughtered, they're all part of the cycle. I am here because of you. Logos does not smell any blood. The incantation easily impales the Sanguinarch's body, causing only a few small ripples. The blood is still linked to my LG. Of course, of course, of course, of course. You stand with me, no matter how much you resist. We are all sovereigns of the royal court. After all, the oldest bloodlines of the Sarkas. I should be glad that you could conquer me, for it proves that you are stronger and more worthy of carrying the fate of the Sarkas, leading them on your path. The Sanguinarch of Vampires laughs, turning around and disappearing into the cave. His silhouette fades away amongst the Originium crystals, but his voice continues to echo in Logos' ear. Bless you, Aphino, my vanquisher. Assimilate my blood, utilize my power. Let your hatred of me fuel your battles. You will walk in my place and witness my stead, how far the flames of Sarkas' vengeance will burn. I refuse. Undead, vampire, we all hear the same cry. The fate of the Sarkas is caught in a cycle, and I am no exception. I am part of what I am fighting. The fury of the Sarkas burns within my veins and my viscera. Oh, that's a boss-ass picture. Words turn into fire, descending from the sky to ignite every seed on the earth. Incantations burn at Logos' fire tips on his lips and in his chest. Originium crystals grow furiously around him, and the crying of the dead becomes even louder, ready to accept and devour him at any time. He no longer rejects the power in his blood. The vampire has guided the flames of the Sarkas to him, and he has embraced the fire. The abyss lies before us. We can fill it with flesh and burn the remnants with blood. If the only way to bring new life is to burn away all the decay, Now I'll be both flame and fuel. This is where my blood belongs, that I have chosen. Flames consume the entire canyon. The only things left are the incantations that the young Banshee has written his entire life, from a very young age. They surround Logos' loyalty, his sword and shield. If war is the only way to achieve the dream, and new life can only emerge from death, I shall bring death. I shall welcome death. I shall ignite my past with blood, not for vengeance, but for the day when this fire will burn away what shackles the Sarkas through the decay that covers the land. A bone whistle has sound. Logos knows that it is merely the echo of the bone whistle in the Valley of Banshees, the night he set out for Babel. From death comes new life. The death knell rings. For the royal court that would rot, past and future, and for himself. Oh man. Logos is busted.
Please double check your protective gear. Also, remember to keep a safe distance from the lava and
The
give
whispers
regular
stop.
status reports.
The rot halts.
Don't let them out of sight, even if your eyes are hurting.
A solo to you. Please, trust in me.
Oh, I can heal him. Huh.
Volcanic soot contains lots of originium particles. Let's not stay too long.
Oh, he's just doing it himself. He don't need me. He don't need me at all. I should have put one of these up here.
Good timing.
Where do you wish to spend this burn? You needn't there.
Okay.
Where do you wish to go?
Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck? He does not need me. Look at this.
Waiting for your call.
I'm prepared and doubling. What with suffering will come to rest.
Stay calm and make.
They're not even gonna reach my little
No need
circle.
to worry. I got your back.
No tardará mucho.
Stay calm. Get out of my hole.
Oh, what the heck?
I'm listening.
listening.
Oh, what the heck? The last two?
Thankfully, the volcano
Ain't no way.
didn't want to keep me that badly.
The last two? Are you serious? The last two are the ones that got through. Okay.
I will burn through.
I love the artwork in this game. I love it too. Tiana, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate you. If you just received a gifted for Tiana, from Tiana,
Don't leave
make sure you thank
They're hard to
them
clean.
in the chat.
A solo. To you.
Your lives are mine to protect.
Okay, so some can really get through. That's crazy. Okay.
Incapacitating them is enough, right?
That's crazy. That skill is nuts.
Dags att välja vårt byte.
Picked out your bait yet?
Keep my guard up now. Uh-huh.
I'm prepared to fight.
I know what to do. Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
What would you like?
Entendido.
What would you suffering?
Your lives now ignited.
Stay calm and make your move. No need to worry. I got your back.
信号は安否誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。問題ないよ。
Stay calm and continue to your shadow.
I know what to do. Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
For them, the bell tolls.
Push yourself to the limit, burning all the blood in your body to blow your bone whistle, just to stop me for a moment. Hyphenol. How can you last when the war continues still? You gain the undead's respect, and so I shall grant you death.
Mission accomplished.
No death animation? Like, come on. Come on. Death now. Logos' bone whistle. Amiya. I'm fine, Doctor. I'm just reminded of a lot of things. Logos rarely conducted himself as Lord of the Banshees when we were at Rhodes Island. He said he was no different from Scout or Misery, just another Sarkaz operator who believed in the ideals of Rhodes Island. The day we set out, when Logos put on his royal court garment, I sensed great determination in his eyes and great sorrow. Yep, you heard him fall over. The bone whistle has cracked. The bone pin is broken. Blood flows the corner of his lips. You can no longer use witchcraft. You pushed yourself to the limit, burning all the blood in your body to blow your bone whistle, just to stop me for a moment. Ifanel, you are a fine warrior. The undead king spreads his arms wide. The tattered banners draped over him rise up, as though echoing the countless wars the Sarkis have fought. Rotten flesh and blood fall from his wounds new and old, nourishing the battlefield. New branches sprout from the soil, repairing the warriors that have been damaged by incantations. The fallen Sitarum rise again. But you're not fighting one or a few. There have been no shortage of revolutionaries amongst the Sarkis or royal court. They have all failed, just as Theresa did. War is a great boulder destined to fall on top of the Sarkis in the abyss, again and again. And you've gained the undead's respect, so I shall now grant you death. The undead walks atop the mists of decay towards the young Banshee. Sever. The Banshee utters out the final incantation, so soft that it's almost inaudible. The cutting words become a tangible blade, which he grabs with his hand, and cuts off the undead king's right arm. Erases his swordcraft. The full blast of the undead king's power hits Logos in the chest. He falls from the cliff. The ground made of iridium begins to collapse. Logos pictures how the familiar ship treads mountains and rivers, its tracks giving off the same rumbling. He remembers the first time he came to Rhodes Island and stood shoulder to shoulder on the deck with Theresa. She looked out over Kazdal while he listened to the wailing of the wind. He remembers mechanists hunched over, fiddling with parts, chiding closure for wasting materials. Outcast and Blade betting on how long it would last, and a robotic arm reaching over to grab his hat. You remember Ace's bloody palm by his shield and cup. Scout's palm was a little cooler, about the temperature of his crossbow, and you could tell him from words. You remember Ace's bloody palm by his shield and cup. Scout's palm was little cooler, about the temperature of his crossbow, and he could tell them apart by shaking their hands and high-fiving. He remembers the doctor and Amiya saying goodnight in the corridors, when Amiya suddenly stopped him to ask if he was ready to go to Londinium. He remembers Khalsid taking Amiya's hand and bringing her between them. Theresa is gone. Amiya is the new leader of Rhodes Island. Logos keeps falling until he is completely submerged in the cold water. He remembers himself many years ago. Mother and son. You have made your decision. Yes. I will stay at Rhodes Island and journey the land with the ship. Theresa is gone. The dream of Babel lives. Her Highness has named her heir. She is young, but carries a familiar fire in her eyes that belongs only to dreamers. And it's not just for her that I choose to stay. The journey of Her Highness's search hasn't ended, and it should not end like this. I will continue the journey as long as the answer to the future of the Sarkis lies elsewhere. I may not come back to the valley for a long time. Do you feel sorry because you cannot stay with us? I will not act as a sovereign of the royal court outside of the valley. Many will see my will as the will of the royal court. They may see the Banshees as their enemy. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you fend off any storms coming from outside the valley. If any old friends want to pay a visit, I'll be sure to give them a warm welcome. I will not question the former master of the Valley of the Banshees. My sister and I worry for you the same way. Take our thoughts with you. The song of the Banshees surrounds their young lord. The water becomes warm, like a pair of warm hands that pull the fallen back. Logos opens his eyes. He seems to see his mother, and everyone else he holds dear. Iphenol, the most beautiful wave of the valley, the loveliest song. We must stay and watch you go away. But our blessing will be with you wherever you go. Hang in there, Iphenol. We're with you. We've always been with you. The power of incantation fills Logos to the very ends of his limbs. He opens his lips again. A song filled with power echoes on the river, reflecting the most beautiful wave. All the pursuers are compelled to stop. I never thought I would hear the chorus of the Banshees here in this distant land. Ever is death accompanied by new life. Are you still trying to sway me with song, young one? Here at the end of all things? My patriarch, this is no more than a Banshee's incantation. They have not truly joined the battle. Our foe remains only the young Banshee. Yes, your injuries are grave. The curse of Iphenol dictates that decay return to decay. I will not be able to regenerate for some time, but this body will last long enough to see this battle through. For now, let me hear this song, that of the Banshees. Nazaleam walks to the edge of the cliff without the help of any arts. For an instant, he looks like an ordinary man. Do you remember Patriot? Yes. You raised him as... Wait, did we know this? You raised him as you would raise your own son. Such a talented boy. He would not have become the hero. He would have become the hero of Castle. Wait. Wait. They just suddenly dropped that? He was my best student. But he left Castle and died to a conspiracy in a distant land. But he died a warrior. He lived the meaning of life through war and returned to the myriad souls upon his death. After that, where's the next hero of Castle? Nazaleam looks down the cliff. That's crazy. So he trained Patriot to be the powerhouse that he was. Wind passes through the holes in this body. That's cool as hell. Wind passes through the holes in his body that have not healed, creating sounds without meaning. What the heck? They just suddenly just dropping this. Like I wouldn't have picked up on that. That's crazy. The dirge of the myriad souls have grown softer. Logos's bone whistle has temporarily suppressed the link between the blood of Tikas and Originium. This is our chance. Doctor, calls it. This time I won't let it slip from my hands. That's cool. That's really cool. And that's thick. That's really thick. They've caught up. Are you here too, dear Chi? You and our leader, our dear father, who will be one to approach the throne? Salus reaches for the drop of blood at the top of the altar. Originium burns and the myriad souls roar. The powerful witchcraft quickly turns her fingers into charred black crystals. I want to see it so badly. The origin is so near. No, Sir Gotcha. I'm learning my lesson, okay? I'm learning my lessons. You. Yep, Shining. You've hid well. It took a long time to find you. Too long. Traitor. How many have you killed on your way here? Not more than I killed when I escaped. The underground labs were full of dead. The underground labs were full of the dead back then. Our dead. You ruined our leader's plans at the Royal Academy of Sciences. The Victorians almost found out about it because of you. I wish he had never succeeded. Huh. That's not what you used to say. How dare you act high and mighty when you were the one who gave us our orders? That cave outside Londinium, all the research bases. Was there any part of that you weren't in charge of? The leader was in Casdal most of the time. You're the one who directed the research. You looked exactly like the leader with your mask on. I had no choice back then. No choice. What about the things you said when you took us to Londinium and had us don this mask? We were mere mercenaries, but we believed in the Confessarius teachings, believed in the first and final path that you preached. I feel like my voice is leaving me. Our original sin, the sin that outsiders imposed upon us, will be washed away at its coming. Was that all a lie? I wish that it was a lie. It wasn't a lie, it was real. All the leaders' promises to us were sincere. The same for you, Chi. Am I stupid? I've seen so many of these names that I'm sitting here actually questioning if I knew that this was Shining's actual name. These names are so confusing that I don't remember if I knew that this was actually her name. Even if you've strayed... Okay. Thank you. That's what I was... Thank you, Bishaman. Thank you, Bishaman. Okay. I was literally... I think someone in the chat predicted Chaotic would get confused here. Well, they were right, because I actually thought that bros ignored me straight up. Shut the hell up. I didn't see whatever you said. I'm only looking down at like brief moments. Yeah, even if you have strayed from the path. Okay, cool. I was wrong. Okay. She was meant to become him, so it makes sense. The leader and the regent are so close to victory. The freedom and power that have been lost for thousands of years are about to return to the hands of the Sarkis. Bro ignored me straight up. I'm sorry, Baki. Kill me if you want. Go and see the leader, your father. He is waiting for you at the end of the path. They're all waiting for you. You'll witness it for us, for every life that your sword took. And she did it. Shining removes the guard's mask. She remembers the face. He was one of the first mercenaries that the Confessarius brought to Lindenium. They knew nothing at first. They were only tasked to evacuate the ruins outside the city. The young man had expressed his gratitude to her directly, thanked the Confessarius for giving them a safe, well-paid job. It was not long before she stopped hearing those words. The leader of the Confessarius came to Lindenium. There were no more idle mercenaries drinking and playing games. Everyone put on the same mask and did not speak except when necessary. They had no special bloodline. She should not have been able to control their will so easily. But the part of them that belonged to themselves died before the great dreams of the Confessary. It was she who killed them first. This sin has gone on long enough. The mask cracks. The pieces stab Shining's palm. She continues her journey to the top.
Take a breather and tally up your losses. Nothing worth celebrating here. We might be dead in a second or two.
Bro, it took me an hour to read that. I really wish I could read so much more. Oh, wait, what? Okay.
Mark the area you need explored. I will arrange for the rest.
Please don't worry. Leave your help to me.
Man.
Squad leader permissions acquired.
She. That's all I'm gonna call her. Why not Lumen? He's cracked. I mean, I could have. Mom is here. It's all right. I do need to talk to your father for a bit. Don't you want to look around outside? Just like the blue foul beast in your favorite story? The foul beast can fly high up into the soft, lofty clouds. You can do it. You should live a free life. I'm sorry, my dear child. Mama will get you away from all this. So we're doing a Shining flashback now. Enough hiding. I know you're there. You followed her in secret when she came to find me. You witnessed everything. That's good. You need not be afraid of the blood. You'll see much more in the future. Will I die? Of course, my dear. Look, the sword has pierced through my heart. It won't take long before It won't take long before the blood is dried up in my body. Your mother wants to leave me because of some pointless delusions and have you leave me as well. But how is that possible? We have long been bound together by the myriad souls. We cannot be separated. Go, child. Touch your mother. Can you feel it? Her pulse? This is the power of life, our cycle of life. Through the rebirths like this again and again, will our lives be perfected. I will always be with you. We shall never part. My dear Chi, you don't seem happy at all. Didn't the experiment go smoothly? The receptacle has been responding perfectly from the last few tests. When the ceremony is complete, what will happen to her? Her? You mean the receptacle? When it was born, its soul was no longer with us. After all, the leader has been researching for so long just to craft a cage from a pure consciousness to trick the king of Sarkas. Hello, what? I'll fix it later, I don't care. When that happens, the king's power will be transferred to you, and the receptacle will be useless. You can decorate it like a doll if you'd like, and bring her wherever you go. I do like to connect souvenirs too. It's none of your concern. You're always so impolite with me. Want it out of your sight? Just dispose of it. Or you could give it to me. Leave. Do not step into my lab without permission ever again. Why are you so offended? The leader and you have such different temperaments. Well, it's fine. You'll soon become as gentle as he is. Who knows? I might even miss your current personality. Goodbye, Chi. Yeah, I figured they were talking about Nightingale. She looks through her mask at the girl on the stone bed, who returns her gaze. There's still work to do, and her father will not allow any delays. This altar, this laboratory, and the bloodline she was born into together form a cage around her. In the face of the Confessarius calling for the past several millennia, her sorrow and suffering are insignificant. She does not control her own limbs. They are extensions of her father's will. She cannot stop or leave this altar fiddling with life and death, nor can she drip the soul-engraving white sword in her hand. Suddenly, a drop of water falls into her busy hand. Who is the one shedding tears here? Her or the figure on the bed? Who should be completely unconscious? She, distracted, she lifts her head and she sees a blue foul beast fly out of the cave into the dusk outside. Cracks appear on the cage, a consciousness that should not exist, yearning for freedom it cannot possibly have. From this, hope is born, the Confessarius and a pure white receptacle. Chi and Liz, shining in Nightingale. Yeah, I figured they were talking about Nightingale. I'm hearing a din of discontent. Do not worry, leader. Only a few enemies have broken into this place. They want to destroy the altar and stop the ceremony. Annoying pests. Send me someone to clean them up. Surely I need not sully my hands with such trifles. Of course not. We shall eradicate all obstacles in your stead. The Confessarius leader looks at the girl dressed in white. She is so deep in sleep on the stone bed that she almost looks like she is not breathing. The receptacle's Originum arch are stable. Ceremony will soon be complete. We're only a step away from the Amnanam. Before the Amnanam will open a path for you to the myriad souls. You will surpass the king of Sarkas, supersede the myriad souls, and become the father of all Sarkas. With our journey spanning thousands of years, this is how things should be. Before that, I will have to reunite with my kin and witness it together. And there she is. Right on time, sister. I've been waiting for you. More Confessarius guards incoming. Marilla. Let's part ways here. I can't guarantee I'll be able to keep you and your companions safe in our next fight. The road should be safer once you leave this place. If you're willing to do so, you can continue heading east all the way out of Victoria. Your Highness, I'll never forget your kindness, no matter where I end up. But what are you guys planning to do? The blade of mine is still unusable still usable if you need it. Don't worry, we have our own mission and we're set on it. Please take care of yourselves. And then, I hope you can live the life you want to live. Your Highness. Marilla takes a step forward and kneels on one knee before Amiya. The other two follow suit, all three faces bearing a rare, solemn look. You gained the undying loyalty of three Sarkas. Huh? Please, you don't have to do this. Mercenaries hesitate for a bit before turning to leave, fading from your view. Good luck to them. She pretty much said both of them anyway. We have a little time left, and the Confessarius altar is close. Logos helped us dispel the Confessarius illusions, and I can feel an unsettling energy disturbance here. So, are we going in loud? Any secret passage to the altar or something? Yeah. Time isn't gonna let us slowly figure this a surefire solution. We can't overlook the risks, but it's also important to take rational risks in our war strategies. Fortunately, the Sarkas have done as much and sent all their troops to the front lines, so we need only deal with the Confessarius' men. The races must trust Taj a lot. Okay, I see the difference now. The races must trust Taj a lot. Why are the Confessarii in charge of the Amninam Advent ceremony? The Confessarii play many roles in Khazdo. The king's advisors, bodyguards, shamans, and scholars. They travel between the royal courts and have always been dedicated to exploring the Sarkas' history and researching the power of their blood. The racist has already planned to use the shard to control Amninam before invading Londinium, and the Confessarii definitely helped him out. Taj's plan to usurp the king is also closely tied to Amninam. What does Amninam have to do with the king? Taj wants more than just the crown. He too once possessed the king's power thousands of years ago. He did not manage to get the full picture, but he definitely sensed the king's power to influence others. Control. The more you experience absolute power, the harder it is to resist temptation. Be it Teresa or Amiya, Taj has been watching every single king and their successors in secret for a long, long time. His obsession with power compels him to extend his life by maniacal means without hesitation, just to seize control of that power once more. There's only one thing that can let him achieve his goal: Originium. Yes, through Originium, Taj will be able to control the Sarkas more than the king ever could. Shining and Nightingale are also victims of his. They never stopped resisting their fate, especially at such a critical moment as now. We have to stop Amninam and its uncontrollable effects. We have to stop the Confessarii from harming Rhodes Island operators. It's time to move. Monster, hold off our enemies. Amiya, destroy the altar. Dr. Calcite, I'm sensing something's up. I can't quite control the king's power. That altar is influencing. I've told you before, we've been researching the crowns for thousands of years. But you? How long has it been since you learned how to use it? I welcome you all to bear witness to this grand ceremony. Taj. Everyone here is waiting for you. The Confessarius leader smiles as usual, spreading his arms wide open as if welcoming his own child back after a long time away from home. Dozens of Confessarii stand on both sides of the mountain path in silence. Their eyes behind their masks hold fervent deference, completely ignoring the blood-drenched shining as she walks up the steps with her sword in hand. I'm here to kill you. I know. How could I not know that? Many years ago, Mother showed up before Father, before me, just like you have now. She always knew her own duty and never thought to disobey me. But as you slowly grew, she developed a hatred to our family, the love I gave her, and the Confessarius' calling. I don't blame her at all, nor do I blame you. You are the same. Merely made a tiny forgivable mistake. I will always accept you returning to my side. You are a monster. Who are you to speak of love? Love and hate, life and death, they are fundamentally part of the same whole. Generations of Confessarii have passed their souls down through the same rites. This is my way of loving my family. Souls in death are purified in rebirth. Through death after death, we close in on the original, the purest and perfect being. There's not a shred of that worthy to be perfect. Taj, your true self died thousands of years ago. The white-horned king of Sarkas, who defeated countless enemies, the legendary hero who built an everlasting castle under the day and night, is long dead. What stands before me now is a despicable man who lives in the shadows, a coward who sacrifices the lives of innumerable innocents to prolong his own. Who is it that tarnishes the soul of that original hero? It's you, king of the usurping kings. You got so twisted seeking longevity, you are no longer worthy of that crown. Perhaps. Nag. Sinag. Sister. I, who was born with all my memories intact, know better than you the history Taj bears with his life. The Confessarius leader takes a step down, calmly looks at Shining, and holds her hand trembling in rage. I know all too well that the blood that is on my hand, as I remember all the love I have received. It was you who picked me up from the blood into your trembling arms when Mother died. We are a true family, sharing the closest of blood and sharing the closest of relationships. The nature of my soul may change, but the facts remain the same. How could you talk about that like so? Who was it that killed my brother? Who was it that turned him from a child who should have received his mother's love into a non-existence from the very beginning? It was me. For a millennium, Taj has died time and time again from betrayal from his closest kin. You may see this as a punishment if you wish it so. However, what does that matter? You call me unworthy of that crown, but who else but me could possibly lead the Sarkas on a path to our survival? Shilon brought our people on a wandering path of no return, and Ulysses' retreat into hiding would only make us weak. Even that pair of siblings, all they did was push Sarkas into a feudal conflict and let the crown slip into outblood hands. The Sarkas need a true king, an eternal king. I will reach our starting point, and together with the sins of Taj and his blood, Purge all the Sarkis' sins. Sin. The word intensifies the ire in shining. Her father and brother were both possessed by this undying monster, while she and her mother lived under the madness of his shadow. To let him live, to kill him. Both are afflicted with the curse. She has no path to go. She has nowhere else to retreat. But there is no way she can stay here as is. You made your move. Very good, Sinag. I'll kill you. And then kill yourself? Is this what you call serving the bloodline's curse? The same stupidity I see. Taj grips shining sword with hand. Blood trickles down the pure white blade and stains her hand. A shudder rises from the depths of her soul. An overwhelming force flings Shining into a crystal tree. The sharp black branches pierce through her abdomen. Fresh blood gushes down and converges with Taj's blood. The ancient tree, long crystallized into iridium, bursts a sudden pure white glow. In just a moment, countless little moons will rise to the top of the tree. Every Confessarius begins to sing. The myriad souls lie prostrate. Howling knocks on the door from beneath. Tangible usurps the intangible. The black crown imprisoned the offender perpetually innocent, because kings are born before immortality. Look, even injuries as grievous as this would not infect you. This is the power of the blood you resist. Sinag, I've been patient enough with you. But you stay stubborn, unwilling to accept all that belongs to you. Your duty, power, glory. It's alright. Just be good and stay aside, while I complete the ceremony myself. A crown woven by thorns appears in his hand. Moonlight shines onto the crown as it illuminates the crystal tree at the end of the steps. In that spot lies a stone bed lined with branches and a curled up figure Shining knows too well to atop it. Liz, wake up. Don't bother. Her consciousness is not where you think it to be. She's inside the crown. Correct. I promise you that I'd mend her soul. You need only wear the complete crown, and you can be together forever. Together forever in your cage. Sorry guys, I'm struggling today, but we'll get through it. Shining shuts her eyes. She's strange to imagine the time she spent together with Liz. They run in the woods hand in hand. They cross the ice-cold creek together. With Liz worn out on her back, she walks the road home. Liz makes a small flower wreath and places it on Shining's head. A small blue foul beast follows them the whole time, chirping a cheery tune over their heads. It hovers, stretches, and lands next to next to the sleeping white demon. It does not know why Liz is sleeping, and anxiously pecks at her cheek with its little beak, until a black arrow pierces it. The foul beast vanishes, leaving only a blue feather that lands on Shining's shoulder. Enough. You know very well those are not her dreams. Even if those memories are fabricated, they are fabricated. So why not accept your own power and reshape her memory once more? Liz is Liz, and she should be free. I would never shape her soul as I please ever again. Wishful thinking, Sinag. A fragile child indulging in fantasy. You're that blue foul beast, thirsting for freedom, yet imprisoning yourself. I prepared everything for you. A perfect body, an ancient power. All you needed is to accept. But you betrayed me. You abandoned everything that belongs to you, and then, what did you gain? You solely disappoint me. A new life. I was reborn into a new life after leaving you. Not as a Confessarius Senag, nor a puppet of my bloodline, but as shining, as a member of the followers. Blue feathers prick her wounds. The slightest of stings momentarily rouses from her bloodline, induced paralysis. Come, now is the time. Find me, find this tree. If it were you would certainly make it. An opening pierces through the crimson clouds. The sunlight pours down. Everything around her becomes increasingly brighter. It doesn't matter what it is, just hold it back. The ceremony has already begun. We can't stop it. We can't stop it. Neural? Light and fog fills the air. Is this Neural? The sun descends from the sky to repel the clammy moonlight. Sorry the storm was too intense, so it took some time to locate you. Are you alright? Do you need a hand shining? I'm fine, but we have to save Liz. And stop Taj. Lend me your strength and dispel the darkness before my eyes. Of course. Let's go together. The road ahead of us, I'll illuminate our path. This chapter is so fucking good.
Quick. My time is valuable.
Let's begin.
Pass on your last words? No. Don't let them out of sight, even if your eyes are hurting.
An improv from us.
Let's begin. Fear not.
Picked out your bait yet?
Magma will dredge up Originian veins. Keep your distance.
Don't keep it better than your suffering.
Will come to rest.
No tardará mucho.
Good timing.
This long night too shall now end.
Okay, so that's the skill that she has.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
Forward.
What do you need of me?
God
Stay
dang,
calm and
so
count
many of
to
them.
The silence first.
Bad luck. You ran into me. You can't hide your fear.
There's so many of them.
Sow the mountains when summer leaves the white.
Your minds are mine to protect. Yielding is not an option.
Archinit charging.
Yeah, there ain't no dying now.
This will be over.
We in
soon.
here.
Need speed to succeed.
信号は安定。いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
This will be over soon. I see them. I'll be right back. This will keep you quiet.
God, man. Stacking heal is good. Hey, yo. And I saw death coming. I had to do it. Okay? I'm okay with stacking heals. We shall not die. Here you are. Neural. You don't return to the land ship often. Stay with Liz a bit. She missed you. She just fell asleep. While you seem more exhausted than when I last saw you. Are you worried about Liz? I asked Dr. Kalset, and she said Liz's condition is still under control. Is there something you haven't told me? I'm thinking of a way to cure Liz for good. You poured years into this. It just won't come quickly, so don't torture yourself over it. What if I told you a solution has always existed? Only I've dared not to try it. Shining, what exactly are you hiding from me? What is it you can't say? Neural, this is my duty. I must see through on my own. Do you think Liz and I will leave you? You know that won't happen. My concern has always been that you two might get hurt. I've decided to join Liz in searching for her memories. I shall accompany her until we find the truth. However, Neural, a time will come when I need you to protect Liz in my stead. I know. And I will protect and fight for more than just Liz. Shining, I will stand for you as well. Yes. We have always stood by each other. The followers are as one. My oath remains unchanged. Margaret Neural and her sword staff will be there for you whenever needed. Aww. The sword staff sweeps wide. Its dazzling radiance repels a crowd of foes. She is still one of the coolest freaking characters in the game, by design and by strength. This is still one of the coolest characters in the game. Every single Confessarius here is a powerful foe. So that's why you weren't willing to spar with me, Shining. We saved quite a lot of money for Rhodes Island. Our greatest foe lies ahead. Alright, let's settle this quickly. What a farce. Careful. I can take it. Shining, my shield will protect you. You need only advance. A torrent of witchcraft washes towards them. Margaret's radiance is suppressed. Taj stands on top of the steps, night and day, or day and night, surging within his palm. So this is the help you found, Sinag. What do you think our ceremonial altar is? A meadow? For a Karanta? Karanta? To frolic in? What is a Karanta? So her arts can momentarily block my influence on you. And what of it? Your swordplay and arts all come from me. Oh, the horse people. Okay, I never knew the name of those. I'm not going to hold you. Karanta. Okay, I'll try to remember that now. He's a racist, Rhodes Neural. He better not. Well, he's already said he is, pretty much. Right here. He pretty much said he is. You can't even harm me unless I let you. Everything's slowed down. His arts affect the perception of time, or is it something else? Shining. Protection. I'm alright. Of course the inbred is racist. Your shield. The first crack on this new shield of mine. But no matter. I can mend it with my arts. A knight's shield will never weaken when protecting someone in need. What a detestable light. Puny foe. I've killed so many Pegasi. Like you. I've stopped counting. I smeared their golden blood on the walls of my castle so that my city would look as if forever bathed in the radiance of dawn. I don't like this guy. And his and the descendants would understand Kazdo is not a domain that they can invade as they please. God dang. I am losing my voice. We're not in Kazdo. You're not some homeland hero either. Heroes shed their own blood to clear the way for others. But you, all I see is your path to ascension drenched with the blood, tears, and bones of others. Heroes? I decided long ago to give up being one. The hero people sing and praise, but is as fleeting as sand. No matter how I try to master the time I have, it does not stop for me. I will die, and the city I built will collapse. My beloved people will only be compelled to continue wandering. This hopeless cycle torments every single Sarkis, including me. As a sovereign, I have the responsibility and power and ought to change my people's fate at the source. As long as the Sarkis need no longer lie prostrate before beasts like you, as long as my Kazdo stands everlasting through the days and nights. All the light around them rushes towards Taj's palm as he speaks. Margaret's arts, the arts of another confessary, and even the little sunlight straining through the dense clouds. In his palm floats a small crown of thorns, as impenetrable as the darkest night. Nightingale floats up from the stone bed. Her eyes are still shut. Her limbs lack strength, but her arms involuntarily open. When the last light has been caged, the crown will fall on Taj's head. Liz, shining, follow my light. Save her. The sharp spear tears through. Oh my God. A sharp spear of light tears through a path. The witchcraft barrier. Tears a path through the witchcraft barrier. Shining arrives before Taj. Night descends like a cage, and the only light comes from her blade. The soul glimmers on the tip of her sword. I am really struggling today. Feel like I'm running out of breath, and yeah. Liz, I return the true memories I once took from you. No fields, no wood, no streams, and no flower wreaths. Only a girl huddled in a dark corner. The entire room serves as her cage, and she cannot tell day from night, because she is merely a manufactured empty shell, with no consciousness or knowledge of pain or fear. She reacts to no arts inflicted on her at all, until, in my obsession with exploring the soul, I've left some unnecessary vestiges in you when carving yours. You're awake. You're starting to have emotions and responding to them. The experiment will continue. I have to create some illusions. Fill up that newborn soul with memories fabricated by arts to cover up the truest, scariest ones. I think you should feel a little better at least. You'll feel truly alive, as if you've experienced a bit of warmth. No, perhaps it was escapism. As long as I lost myself in those holy, trusting words, I didn't have to confront the cruelty of what I've done to her. I'm sorry. You should have remembered, Liz. You must remember all that we promised each other. A blue foul beast emerges from the darkness. Gigantic gray-white eyes stare at Shining, and a tear slowly falls. The girl in the air floats down. Shining and Margaret hear Nightingale's voice simultaneously in the frozen time. I remember Shining. You took me out of the darkest of rooms when we escaped, and you accompanied me everywhere in search of medical help. And then we met Neural, and 2 became 3. We went many places and saved many people. You often sighed with knitted brows in the middle of night, but once I opened my eyes, you shifted to the warmest of tone I know, and told me about the beautiful things I missed on our journey. Neural tried to teach me how to dance a few times. She'd hold me up and spin until I couldn't move anymore, and the 2 of you would help me, taking turns carrying me. When I'm at your side, it's as if I can really fly. The 2 of you have made me what I am now. I'm a member of the Followers and a healer. I'll protect you both too, and fight alongside as well, to sever the gravest sins, to save those shrouded in the eternal night. This is what the 3 of us promised each other. I thought I didn't finish it somehow. There she is. There she is. Nightingale lands on the ground. Her staff and body emit an intense light. A giant cage appears and catches Taj's body within. Taj's body within. Nope, I was right. Catches Taj's body within. The soul was completely under my control. Why is this cage? I have a name. I am Liz. I am your enemy. Let's go. Let's go. Taj, I'm stopping you because I don't agree with a single word you've said. You. Shining. Neural. Shining grips her sword tight. Margaret tosses her sword staff, and it hits right on target, the crown of thorns revolving around Taj's hand. The trio are in complete sync with their thoughts and actions. Grab the flickering silver of the soul. Before day and night take control once more. A long path of blood is only cracked before her eyes. Is the only crack before her eyes. I found it. The essence of your soul. Snag, you... What this body will become, I am unconcerned. If blood does control my will, then Liz and Neural will pass judgment on me, in my stead as I am now. But I will not be your puppet. I will not conquer or rule in your name. Until death, I will be free. Free. You speak of freedom? Shall we give it a go? Snag, we are not easily parted. Try again to leave my side. Try and see how long you can run from me. I will run no longer. Rather, I will grant you eternal death. Shining, retreat. The moonlight above the tree tumbles down the cliff, and the ground violently rumbles as if about to turn upside down. The altar crumbles, and thick golden iridium liquid gushes out from the cracks. A figure appears without anyone noticing. He does not move fast, but manages to appear just in time to block Taj from the followers. Oh my god. We should leave, Your Highness. So it's you. Who's there? Followers, is it? In this era, where valor is scarce, your radiance bedazzles. I was right. We shall meet again. Belikoa and Taj. Figures blend into the remains of the altar. The other Confessarii follow suit. The crown of thorns shot out of Taj's hand earlier suddenly spins and turns into a pitch black shadow that fills up towards the sky. The shard. In the eye of the storm. Is that the Amnina mentioned over the comms? Calls it, the doctor, and the others. Will they make it? Shining, you, anything feel off? I'm alright. The blood curse is indeed complicated. But wait, Liz. Liz? No, your soul. Why is it incomplete? Did you fracture your soul when you resisted Taj? Shining. Neural. I'm here. I've always been here, Liz. Yes, I'm alright. You two have protected me for so long, so it's my turn. I want the three of us to be always together. See, I thought this was the moment where she was going to be fine. Like, what the heck? Like, everything's been leading to this moment and she's still not complete. Come, Shining, we'll treat her together. Shining? It's futile. Our arts can't heal such a grievous wound on her soul in this environment. Liz is unique, both her body and soul. Her birth was coincidental. No, I would rather call it a miracle. Then we will first leave this place, then plan our next move. What about Taj? Do we just let him go? His fate means nothing compared to Liz's safety. He means nothing now. Let us return. Yes, together. Man, what a disappointment in the conclusion to this, man. I thought this was literally the end. And it feels like this is just going to keep on going. Is Nightingale ever going to be okay? Like, this sucks. Leader. Taj failed to cage the Black Crown. The altar's power has weakened. I can work through its influence now. The altar's upper layer is breaking apart. Amiya, focus your attacks on the blood of Tikas. Right. The King of Sarkas has already sentenced me to death, but this is nothing new to me. You're clearly in pain. You revered Taj, but he left you behind like nothing. He treats you just like you treat those chimeras, exactly the same. Don't waste your breath, King of Sarkas. My feelings are nothing special. The Confessarii are of the leader's blood. Though some are born more perfect than others, like Senag. Still others like myself were never in the running to be chosen at all. But I've never envied her. We only stand in the spot befitting us best. We were supposed to be inseparable. We are all limbs of the same one body. There is no other group able to perform unprecedented miracles like we Confessarii can. You sure are dedicated. How stubborn. I'm curious. Is there nothing you strongly attached to? Doctor, would you not make the same choice as I have for your life's work, for those dear to you, and those ones who have fought by your side this whole time? Whether it be under some control or influence, it does not matter. To reach our origin and create a completely new future, that is all I want. I can't let you get close to the blood of Tikas. Oh? A black line pierces through Silas's body once again and strikes the altar's core at the same time. The blood of Tikas stills. I'm so close. Amiya, stop her. She's going to ignite. It's fine. It's fine. My body is just like a monster's. She stretches out her broken hand towards that drop of blood. Wow, I was going to say water. A curse known only to the Confessarii, inflicted upon the soul, upon all blood and flesh. It will probably be a complete death this time. Before the leader, before Senag, and before all my family. I'll take the first step into the future I yearn for. Celis smiles and throws herself onto the still heart. The blood of Tikas boils. A giant crimson vortex appears from the altar's core. In that moment, Amiya feels as if she's being watched by Taj, by the crowned without names, by the howling myriad souls, and the one she is most familiar with, Theresa. Amnanam. Celis used her own blood to complete the Confessarius ceremony. Quick, get away from that altar.
A battle without an explosion or cheering makes me feel a little uneasy. Let's
See,
head back.
I should know by now
Okay.
not to expect any
Maybe
good
next time.
endings. Oh, this is gonna be a super long one. Yeah, we'll wait until tomorrow for this one, or tonight. We'll stream again tonight. I'm stuttering way too much, and I'm not gonna be able to make much progress if I keep doing this. So we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna start the stream for tonight so we can continue, and we'll start off with this long one here. See you next year. Right at my birthday, bro. Good night. All right. Yeah, we're gonna stream tonight, not tomorrow. So for some of you it might be New Year, but for others it'll still be December. So yeah, we're gonna stream tonight. We're going to do this one and hopefully a few more, and we'll see how long this goes. I really don't know how long the rest of this is going to be. I know we have until the we have 24 nodes in total, and we're only at 13. So yeah, I'll see you guys tonight. We'll do like a New Year's Arknights stream, and yeah, thank you guys for coming through. You all have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Don't forget to like the stream. We're at 39 likes and we had 70 people in here earlier. Oh, it's long? Yeah, I figured. We're gonna try and finish it before the week's over though. So yeah, thank you guys for coming through. I'll see you guys tonight. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I am going to try and fix my voice for tonight. I'll see you guys later. God, I feel like my throat is on fire. I don't know why. Drink hot tea? Good idea. Good idea. I got some tea and some lemon. So, yeah, I'll do that before tonight. All right, bye.